Thank you for coming. It's a pleasure to be here sharing our work with you. This work is about a multi-criteria risk assessment for large-scale hydroelectric plant projects, and it was done in Portugal, Brazil. The main point is the risk treatment to support better decisions. This construction began in 2008 and it's planned to end in 2016. It includes 50 turbines, resulting in an installed capacity of 3,550 megawatts in a lump sum contract of 3 billion euros. The objective is to propose a methodology to identify and to assess the prioritization of risks in a hydroelectric plant under construction. The main principle of the methodology is to use the expert opinion and quantify them through a multi-criteria technique. The owners consortium's interviewers were the general manager, the principal engineer, and the security manager. The constructor consortium's interviews were the general manager, the construction manager, the mechanical assembly manager, the suppliers, and the contract manager. This methodology is divided in 8 steps. The first step of the methodology is the selection of the experts, followed by the depth interviews and content analysis. After that, we define the self-specs and the risk events. Following is the step to set the weights and the application of the Fuzzy Analytical Hierarchical Process, FAHP method. The last step is the ordering of risks. The self-specs are identified in the work breakdown structure, WBS, and the risk events are identified in the risk breakdown structure, RBS. In the model specification, for each self-spec, there is at least one identified risk event. Self-specs are specific issues deserving attention from the risk owner. And risk events are situations that may compromise their expected outcome. Identified self-specs were the contractual mode, the river management, the electromechanical assembly, the civil works, and the human labor. And the identified risk events are the hydrological cycle, product specification, quality of service, the strikes, and the interface between suppliers regarding their deliveries to keep the planning schedule on time. Each interview filled out a form comparing each self-spec to each other and each risk event to each other. This is the paired comparison of the method. It was used the scale of Saati. This scale uses the odd scores ranging from 1 to 9. The number 1 means that there is no difference between the two variables. So, for example, this cell number 1 means is the same variable. Number 3 means that the first variable has a moderate importance on the second one. So, for example, number 3, the hydrological cycle has a moderate importance over the second variable, like product specification. The number 5 means that the first variable has a strong importance over the second one. So, for example, here, the quality of the service has a strong importance over the hydrological cycle as the second variable. Number 7 means that the first variable has a very strong importance over the second one. So, for example, here, number 7 means that the electromechanical assembly has a very strong importance over the contractual mode. And finally, number 9 that the first variable is much more important than the second one. So, the second variable is unimportant if compared to the first one. The intermediate values are 2, 4, 6, and 8, which have no considerable importance on these two tables. Calculations by FAHP method were performed individually for each respondent. The FAHP method has the ability to model and manipulate mathematically subjective information of human language as the information provided by experts. In the owners consortium vision, the contractual mode is the service pack that causes greater negative impact on the product, and the quality of service as the risk event capable of bringing the most serious consequences for the work. In the construction consortium vision, they identified the human labor as the most significant impact of service pack in the project, and the risk event that raises major concern are the strikes. Both opinions are slightly different. The construction consortium is more concerned with aspects of human labor, and the owners consortium is more concerned with the contract and the quality of service of the constructor. So, to have better results to the application of the method, the main conclusions and considerations are: number one, the interviews should be deeply involved with the project. Number two, the information is received and evaluated by all team members, and the more opinions, more robust to be the method. Number three, during the interviews, it's important to have ease of expression and transparency. Number four, the interviewer must be sensitive enough to capture the critical points. Number five, the pair comparison of the FAHP method does not have a complicated application, because it is easy to understand the scores collection procedure. And finally, number six, the resulting list of priority risks faithfully represents the situation of the project, since it is obtained from the appropriate treatment of the opinions of the individuals most familiar with the project. So I would like to thank you all very much for your attention and hope that you have enjoyed